Here we go, boys. This is the review of game week 18, the end of the second round of fixtures. I'm going to do 5 hopefully short videos with the 5 matchups and let you know what happens. So, first up we have Bukaki Jackies versus AFC Ragman. AFC Ragman put out an impressive 99.75 points from 8 players, which is very commendable. Kyle, 11 players. He said 10 yesterday, but 11 played. I think he might have been trying to snake it, worm it, that Eddie Nketiah didn't play. But he did play and he got minus half a point. So 11 players. So Rag beat Kyle with 8 players, which is a hellish effort. Kyle really had a stinker. Mason Holgate minus 4. Ryan Fraser minus 5. Eddie Nketiah minus 0.5. So, you know, nearly minus 10 points across 3 of these players. Pogba, good pickup. I binned him off because he was terrible. He did alright. Bernardo Silva, also alright. Everyone else. Rag, his scores obscured by my phone. Phil Foden, again, another good week. 19.5 points. I think I read a stat that he's like the highest goal scorer for City or something. Played about 3 games. De Bruyne, 25 points. Wow, Cancelo, 15 points. Pretty good. Good effort. AFC Ragman wins and catches 3 points up on Kyle, so AFC Ragman can catch Kyle next week. Matchup number 2, we've got the Chudley Cannons, who put out 7 men against STP United, who put out 9 men. You were never going to win with 7 men. STP sent me a trade for his keeper. He must have been panicking. He wanted to burn Leno off me for his Leeds keeper. Pointless. Glad I didn't accept it. Not that I ever would have, but that would have lost me the game week. STP wins. What's his form looking like? I think he's on a decent run of form, STP. He's won 5 out of the last 6, and Carl Huller has lost 12 out of the last 13. Looking bad for Mr. Carl Huller. Who did well for him? Let's see. Harry Kane, 14. Aurier, 14. Ruben Diaz, 13. Everyone else, pap. STP, a couple of 12s, 13. Ademola Lookman, who he left in, panicked, scored 13.5 against Spurs, not bad. Yep, that's it. Third of all, we have Peaky De Bruyne versus Rolo Rolo FC. Both men put out 8 players. Rolo on a staggering run of form, 5 wins. Dare I be bold enough to say this might be his best run of form in Tugger history. Certainly this season. Highest Tugger position as well, 1 second now, probably. So despite minus 0.75 from Eric Peters, a minus 1.5 from Fabian Schär, and a Danny Welbeck that didn't play, Colo still managed to get the 66.25 points, which on a normal week would be wank. But on this week, beat Plops, who had the stinker of all stinkers. Michael Keane scored 17 points, which was okay. Half of his points almost. Roman Size minus 1. Richarlison 0.5. Percy Pig scored 7. That sums up his week. So Rolo wins up to second. Game number 4. Desperate Dan is really getting desperate now. He put out 7 against Jura's 9. It's a bad start. His 7 players scored 27 points combined. Now, that's just awful. He kept Thomas Partey in, who didn't start. Harry Maguire scored 11. Everyone else didn't really do anything. Never going to win with that score. So Dan's been troubled. He needs to crack out the Baileys again and have a big old drink of that. Jura had an alright week. 15 points for Luke Shaw, 11 for John Stones, 12 for Tommy and Dombele, 12 for Rashford. Not bad. Greenwood played and scored none. He probably needs to get binned off. Good news for Julia. Lugadinha's back. He's sat in 6th place. He's won 3 out of the last 4. Dan has lost 4 of the last 5. And finally, I'm surprised Bry isn't crying again, because he lost with the 2nd highest score. What he's claiming to be a trend this season. Going into this game, Bry had won the last 4. I'd won 3 of the last 4. So it was top 2. Bry was top, I was 2nd. Reminiscent of game week 9, same. Bry was top, I was 2nd. And for the 2nd time, I beat Bry. So My criticised decision to drop Kieran Tierney for Luka Milivojevic proved to be the difference. I won by exactly 2 points. Milivojevic scored 3 points. And in the end, 12 points from the 0-0, from all the clean sheets coming in, was enough to limp me across the line and give Bry a big old punch up the vag and beat him down into, I think he's like third now, because me and Colo are sat on 11 wins. So, yeah, I've got a clean sweep over Bry so far. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. So we'll have a little look at the standings, should we? Because we've had 2 rounds of fixtures now. Let's load up me table and see how everyone's been doing. So Bryce started top. We'll maybe do a bit of a review of where everyone's been. Bryce started top. He dipped as low as 6th for a bit. Got back up to the top and now was 3rd. I started off pretty badly from what I remember. I was 3rd. Then I've been as low as 8th. I went top in week 9. I had a brief stint down in 5th after that, and then I'm back to 1st. Colo had loads of time in the first round of fixtures, 9th, now 2nd. Who's 4th? STP has been on a roller coaster. He was in the top 2 for 3 weeks in the first round of fixtures. He then disappeared in the bottom half of the table. Has since lifted his form up to sit around 4th for the last few weeks. Pretty good going from STP. Then we've got Jura, the champion. Started off well, top half of the table for the entire first round of fixtures, then dip down to 8th, up to 7th, now up to 6th. So form returning for Jura. Dan has been on a massive roller coaster. He was 6th for a few weeks. For most of the season, he has never occupied the same position one week after another, apart from the last 3 weeks. But obviously losing this week's dropping down to 7th. The BJs have been 7th and 8th for most of the season. They had a very brief stint in 3rd. Naff. Rag was bottom for a while. Now he's 2nd bottom, catching Kyle. The Cannons, I mean, nothing you can say about that form. Unless he starts trading his players, because he's got a lot of players who are big names, who should be doing well, who aren't, who are prime for a trade. Unless he starts trading, he's finishing bottom. He really needs to get rid of like Havertz and Bale, you know, the ones who someone near the top end of the table might think, oh, I take a risk on them, and get in some like solid Sanderberger scorers. He's got the type of team that'll score 180 points once a round of fixtures and 30 points every other week. My advice, 2-pack, trade now or you're dead. You're wearing the GIMP costume at the end of season bash that Kyle is probably still wearing. I don't think he managed to peel it off him. So there we go, 2nd round of fixtures. I'm top of the pile and I'm feeling awesome.